Hi everyone, Joe here. Welcome back to part 2 in my Christmas 2017 series. Today I'm in another bedroom, and this room, you can see I have painted all the furniture white, and we have a kind of like, it's an eggshell kind of bedding. There you go. And it has these flowers. So a couple of years ago I did this room, and all silver and gold, I believe, and then last year I did it all in gold, and this year I decided to do this room as a gardener's holiday, and I got my inspiration from this bedding. So what I did was I went out and I got these fake hydrangeas, you can see, which pick up the color in the spread, and these which pick up the color in the spread, and these which pick up the color in the spread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to make them look like it was a garden and it became iced over, and I hope it works. It's just a thought in my head. So I'm going to get started on that today. So here we go for part 2 in Christmas 2017. So the first thing I have to do is this tedious task of putting this Mod Podge on these flowers and giving them a little bit of an icy look. So it's still wet, but you see what I did was I just kind of put a little bit here and there on the flowers themselves, and then some on the leaves. And I'm hoping that when we have the complete picture of all of these together with the lights, we're going to see some icy glistening effect. Okay? Alright, so this is the tree I decided to use in here. It's not a very tall tree. I guess it's about 4 feet tall, I want to say. And what I'm doing here is that garden theme. And so what I did, there's a lot of yellow and golds in this room. So what I did, I don't know if you can see it on the video, but I have on the tree white and amber lights. They're like a yellowish kind of light. And I left them very loose right now because I want them to be seen. Because, yeah, I mean, you know I'm going to load this up, and I don't want it to be loaded so much that it hides all the lights, because I really want the lights to be seen. So I left them loose so I can pull them a little bit out, and maybe I'll have to clip them with a little bit of floral wire or something, but I want the lights to be seen. So there we go with white and amber lights, and I'm using this artificial turf right down here. It looks like it's a mess right now, but that's all going to be hidden once I stage the entire area. Okay, so I'm kind of making this up as I go along, and so far for the topper, I put that forsythia and that other yellow, I don't know, it was yellow pick that I had that I used for the spring, and I started putting in the hydrangeas. Now, I added in this gold ribbon right now. I don't know if it's staying, but it needs, it needs some glitz, you know, it's Christmas. So, let me work this a little bit, and then I'll show you where I am. Right now, I have 8 of these white hydrangea, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in there so far. Okay. Alright, so here's where I am now. I have those white or those cream-colored hydrangeas in, and I also have the yellow ones in too. And before I put in those pinkish color ones, I need to manipulate this ribbon a little bit. So this is tougher than I thought it was going to be. I've never really done a Christmas tree with flowers like this, and I'm hoping that it's going to come out the way I'm picturing it in my head. We'll see really soon. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm actually removing the leaves from the hydrangea plants, and then with the floral wire, I'm just pricking a hole in here, and I'm making kind of like a hook, and then I can place the leaves where I want them on the tree, because I want them to be seen more than hidden. And the way that what was happening was they were getting pushed into the tree. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm removing those leaves and then placing them where I want them. Alright, so let me show you what I did here. I kept the gold ribbon in, and I also added in some of these gold Christmas balls. Some of them are matte, some of them are very glittery, and some of them are like faceted, like that one right there. So those different kinds of tones give off different sparkle. So you see I have the white hydrangea and the yellow hydrangea, and then I removed those leaves like I told you, and you see how I did it? I kind of put them all on the outside so that they could be seen. Then in addition to that, I have those red flowers scattered about as well on the tree. And then you'll notice what I did to pick up a little bit more sparkle is I have these crystal ornaments like that, and I also have these hanging crystals to kind of mimic like drops that had frozen as they were falling. Okay, so there is the tree now for this room. Now I just have to finish the rest of the room. Okay. Let me turn the light off and get the right one so you can see it with the lights off. So it has very soft glow. I wish you would pick up those amber lights. You really can't see it in the video, and it is just so soothing and really pretty. Okay, let me continue. So for in the windows in here, what I'm doing is just to carry over that, I'm going to try to do that same theme of, kind of a gardener's holiday. And so what I did was I got a piece of garland, and I hooked it onto the curtain rod at each end, and then I pulled up in the center, and then I added in these icicle lights so that they just give a kind of soft little twinkling look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to enhance that with some leaves and some flowers and so on. I'll show you that when I'm done with that. I started by creating a focal point. In this case, I want it to be at the center. Sometimes I like it to be at each end, but here I want it in the center. Next, I'm beginning to embellish that. I have 8 of these little tulips left. These are from my Easter stuff. So I'm going to use 4 on each side. So you see I did 4 coming out of those 3 Christmas balls. Next, to continue with that dusty rose kind of color, I had these. This was part of my fall collection, and you know what? I didn't even put them out for fall because they were in the bottom of a bin, and I just found them, and they're the perfect color, matching the other ones that I put on the tree. So again, I'm just expanding on this now. So now what I have is some of those frosty leaves that I created, and I'm going to add those in next. Alright, so see what I did now. I added 2 more of the balls there, and echoed it here, kind of, not exactly, but almost the same. I added in the leaves to extend that as a focal point. So I try to think of it kind of like a spray out, and then on each edge what I did was I just put 1 here with a couple of leaves. Now I have to do the other side first, and this is the hard part now, because I have to try to make the other side kind of resemble this side, and then if I have any other extra leaves left over, then I'll fill in a few spots here and there. Okay, it's hard to see on the video. So on the ends, what I did was I found more of those that dusty rose kind of a color, and I added that and a few more leaves, and I had a few I just cut apart and I put them in there. And let me back up so you can get a full view of that. Okay, and then I recreated it there as well, and I tried to echo it the best I could since the windows are right next to each other. Okay, so all I have to do now is put the finishing touches on this room, and I'll show you the entire room done. Okay. Okay, so I finished the White Room, a gardener's holiday. So let's take a look at what I did. Here on the dresser, I made a garden-like vignette. I used a watering can and some garland coming out of it with some of my glittered leaves and some Christmas balls. Here we have a garden angel sitting on the grass with a little bit of snow, and I added some glitter in there. And then we have this piece of garland here with the tulips and the glittered leaves and some snow on it. Santa, white and gold Santa, and this angel next to him. And this beautiful angel, take a look at her hood and her collar, how beautiful that is. And then down here, I have a little bucket that you would put cut flowers in, again, to enhance the theme of the gardener's holiday. And the tree, as you saw before, with the white and the yellow hydrangeas, and the dusty rose flowers, the gold garland, the glittered leaves, and some crystals just to pick up some light. And our topper up here with some beautiful gold leaves. Up on the windows, I tried to continue the garden theme here using this garland with the icicle lights, some of the gold ornaments, the glittered leaves, the flowers, and even some gold snowflakes, just to pick up a little bit more sparkle. Here we have a tree where the leaves have been blown off by the winter wind and the ice, and I have some gold icicles hanging from these branches, as well as these gold snowflakes. And here I made a little vignette again for that garden theme, the little garden gloves, some icicle lights, some greenery, little bird hiding in the shrubs, and the yellow flowers again. And this window again, I echoed the same thing again with the leaves, the gold balls, the flowers, the snowflakes, and grapevine as well. Come around here, you can see the other angle of the tree. On the bed, I just put a little basket with some towels and some toiletries for a guest to feel at home while they stay in this beautiful gardener's holiday. And here, even at the bottom of the lamps, I put a little garland with some balls. Okay, so this brings me to the end of part 2 in my Christmas 2017 series. I hope you're enjoying it. Please subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any of the videos that are coming up. Give me a like, a thumbs up if you think it's worth it, and as always, leave a comment for me. You know I love hearing from you. Okay, everybody, we'll see you really soon. Watch for the next video. Bye-bye.